Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
I'm excited to be here.
Me too. Today we're diving into goal setting.
Oh, what good one.
Right. I feel like everyone wants to achieve their goals,
For sure.
but it can be tough.
It can be.
So we're going to talk about how journaling can help, and specifically
Oh, interesting.
Lestallion journals.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're kind of a big deal in the journaling world.
What makes them so special?
Well, for one, they're just gorgeous, you know?
Both covers.
The faux leather and all the different colors. It's like,
It's like they're asking to be picked up.
right. But it's not just about looks. Their features are seriously designed with goal setting in mind.
Okay, so like what kind of features?
Well, they've got numbered pages, a table of contents, and even like a habit tracker section.
Interesting.
So it's like they've thought of everything to help you stay on track.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and their website talks about how these features can help you create like a roadmap for your goals.
Like a visual representation.
Exactly, and I've actually been trying this out myself with a personal project.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been wanting to write a children's book for ages,
Wow.
but I kept putting it off, you know?
I get it. Those big projects can be intimidating.
Right. So I finally decided to use my Lestallion to break it down into smaller steps.
Okay.
Like outlining the plot, researching illustrators, even setting deadlines for each chapter.
Mark.
And it's actually been really helpful.
So the journal's helping you move from like dreaming about it to actually doing it.
Totally. And having that table of contents is like having a progress bar for my goal. It's so motivating.
I bet. And that sense of progress is so important, isn't it?
Absolutely. It keeps you going, especially when you hit those inevitable bumps in the road.
It's true. Everyone faces setbacks.
Right. Speaking of which, my sister actually used a Lestallion to train for a triathlon.
Wow, that's intense.
She was so dedicated, but she kept getting sidelined by injuries.
Oh, no.
It was so frustrating for her, but she used her journal to document everything. Not just her training, but also how she was feeling mentally and emotionally.
Interesting.
And that's what's so cool about journaling. It's not just about the physical stuff, it's about the whole experience.
I see.
And she told me that having that journal helped her identify patterns in her training.
Like what kind of patterns?
Like she realized she was pushing herself too hard after stressful days at work.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that was leading to the injuries.
Wow, so the journal was like giving her clues.
Exactly, and by acknowledging those patterns, she was able to adjust her training schedule and prioritize rest.
And ultimately,
She ended up completing the triathlon.
that's amazing.
I know, she was so proud, and she credits that journal for helping her stay focused and motivated the whole time.
It's incredible how a simple notebook can have such a profound impact.
I know, right? And Lestallion even takes it a step further with their habit tracker feature.
I was wondering about that.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on how tracking habits actually helps us achieve those bigger goals.
Well, I think of habits as the building blocks of success.
Like those small daily actions that
Ah.
add up over time.
Exactly, whether it's writing every day, practicing a skill, or even just showing up consistently.
Consistency is key.
Absolutely. And a habit tracker helps you visualize that consistency.
So you can actually see your progress.
Exactly. You see those streaks of success, which can be incredibly motivating.
But you also see those days when you slip up.
Right. And that awareness is gold because it helps you identify triggers.
So it's not about being perfect. It's about understanding those slip-ups and learning from them.
Precisely. It's about turning that data into actionable insights.
And having a dedicated space for habit tracking like the one in Lestallion journals makes it so much easier.
It removes the mental clutter and helps you stay focused on those key habits that are driving you towards your goals.
Okay, I'm starting to see how all these features work together to create a really powerful system for goal setting.
And it's not just about the features themselves. It's about how you use them.
Right. It's about finding what works for you and making it your own.
And that's where the real magic happens.
I love that.
When you take ownership of the process and make it a reflection of your unique journey.
That's a great way to put it.
And I think that's what makes Lestallion Journal so special.
I agree. They're more than just notebooks. They're tools for self-discovery and growth.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe just opening one of these journals could be the first step towards unlocking your full potential.
Now that's an inspiring thought and a great place to leave it for today.
Until next time, happy journaling.
So we've talked about, breaking down goals and tracking habits with Lestallion journals.
Yeah.
But what about the emotional side of things?
Oh, that's huge.
Right? Like when self-doubt creeps in or you just feel stuck?
Absolutely. Journaling can be a game changer for that too.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's like having a safe space to process all those feelings.
Like a trusted confidant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could vent your frustrations, acknowledge your fears, celebrate your victories.
Without judgment.
Again, it's just you and the page.
That makes me think of my friend Sarah.
Oh, yeah?
She's an amazing artist, super talented, but she always struggled with self-doubt.
I know so many creatives like that.
Right, and she would start these incredible projects
Yeah,
and then just abandon them halfway through.
because she didn't think they were good enough.
Exactly.
That's heartbreaking.
It is, and I finally convinced her to try journaling.
Did she use a Lestallion?
She did, and what's interesting is that she started using the lined pages not just for writing,
Oh, really?
but also for sketching and even pasting and visual inspiration.
Oh, wow. So like a multimedia journal.
Yeah, and she told me that just the act of getting those feelings out on paper,
Yeah.
whether through words or images,
Yeah.
it helped her detach from them a bit.
Like she could see them more objectively.
Exactly. It was like taking those negative thoughts out of her head and putting them under a microscope.
That's such a powerful image.
Right, and once they're out in the open, you can start to challenge them, reframe them,
Right.
and eventually move past them.
And a journal provides that judgment-free zone to do that.
It does. It's like giving yourself permission to feel all the feels.
All of them, even the messy ones.
Exactly. And once you acknowledge those emotions, you can start to understand them better.
Where they're coming from, what's fueling them.
And that's where the Lestallion's features come in handy again.
You mean the numbered pages and table of contents?
Exactly. You can track those emotional patterns over time.
You see how they correlate with specific events or circumstances?
Exactly. Like maybe you realize that you always feel more anxious after checking social media.
Or that certain people tend to trigger negative thoughts.
And that awareness is so
It
empowering.
is, because then you can start to make changes.
Avoid those triggers, build better coping mechanisms.
Exactly. It's like having a right map for your emotional well-being.
I love that. And speaking of roadmaps, Lestallion talks about using their journals to create vision boards.
Oh, yeah, vision boards.
I have to admit, I've always been a little skeptical.
I get it. They can seem a bit woo-woo.
Right. But I'm open to hearing how they can be helpful.
Well, the key is to go beyond just aesthetics
Okay.
and tap into the emotional power of visualization.
So it's not just about pretty pictures.
No, it's about choosing images that evoke a specific feeling or aspiration.
Like a visual representation of your goals.
Exactly. And the Lestallion Journal can be a great tool for this.
You mean instead of creating a separate vision board?
Yeah, imagine incorporating those images into your journaling process.
So like pasting them into the journal and writing about them.
Exactly. You can write about how they make you feel, what actions they inspire, what obstacles you might face.
So you're connecting those visuals to tangible actions and reflections.
Right. You're breathing life into your vision board.
Turning it from a passive dream into an active plan.
Exactly. And the Lestallion's high-quality paper can handle all sorts of media.
Photos paint even little mementos.
And the lay-flat binding is perfect for spreading out your vision board across 2 pages.
I'm starting to see how all these little details make a big difference.
It's all about creating a system that works for you.
And a Lestallion journal gives you the flexibility to do that.
It becomes a reflection of your personal growth.
Your dreams, your struggles, your triumphs.
It's a powerful tool.
Okay, so we've talked about the emotional side of goal setting, the power of visualization,
Yeah,
and how Lestallion journals can help us navigate all of that.
for sure.
But I'm curious, what about those times when motivation dips or we just feel like giving up?
Ah, yes, the dreaded slump.
How do we stay on track even when things get tough?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
So how do we escape that slump?
Well, I think it all comes back to reflection.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about the Lestallion's numbered pages and table of contents?
Yeah, being able to track your progress.
Exactly. But reflection is more than just checking off boxes.
What do you mean?
It's about taking the time to really analyze your journey,
Okay.
to understand what's working, what's not, and then make adjustments.
So it's like a feedback loop.
Precisely. And the Lestallion Journal is perfect for this.
How so?
Imagine using those line pages, not just for planning,
Yeah.
but also for asking yourself those tough questions.
Like what?
What challenges did I face this week? What did I learn from them? What adjustments do I need to make moving forward?
So it's like having a debriefing session with yourself.
Exactly. But with the added benefit of having it all documented.
So you can see the patterns over time.
Exactly. Maybe you realize you're most productive in the mornings.
Or that certain tasks just drain your energy.
Right. And then you can adjust your approach.
It's like turning a journal into a scientific tool for self-improvement.
I love that analogy because it's all about experimentation.
Oh, I see.
Just like a scientist tests different hypotheses
We can use our journals to test different approaches.
to see what works best for us.
That makes me think of my dad.
Oh, yeah.
He's always been into fitness,
Okay.
but he could never stick to a workout routine.
I hear that.
So he started journaling his workouts in a Lestallion, of course.
Of course.
But he went beyond just tracking the exercises.
What did he do?
He started noting how he felt before, during, and after each workout.
Interesting. So like his energy levels.
Exactly. And he realized that he felt much more motivated to work out on the days he listened to upbeat music beforehand.
Oh, that's cool.
And he discovered that working out in the evenings actually gave him more energy.
Who knew?
He even started tracking his sleep patterns and noticed a correlation between better sleep and stronger workouts.
Wow, so he was gathering all this data about himself.
And using it to optimize his fitness routine.
That's amazing.
And now he's in the best shape of his life.
All thanks to his Lestallion journal.
He swears by it.
It's a great example of how powerful this can be.
It really is.
You know, it's not just about fitness either.
Right. Journaling can be helpful for any goal.
Exactly. Whether it's created professional, personal.
It's about finding a system that works for you.
And a Lestallion journal provides the perfect canvas for that.
Okay, so as we wrap up our deep dive into goal setting and journaling, I think it's safe to say that a Lestallion is more than just a pretty notebook.
It is.
It's a tool for self-discovery, a catalyst for growth, and a constant companion on the journey towards achieving our dreams.
Beautifully said. And remember, whether you're a seasoned goal setter or just starting out,
Yeah.
the key is to embrace the process.
Okay.
Be kind to yourself along the way.
Yeah.
And never underestimate the power of putting pen to paper.
I love that. And who knows, maybe that simple act of opening a journal like a Lestallion could be the first step towards unlocking your full potential
It could be.
and creating a life that truly lights you up.
That's a great goal to strive for.
It is.
Yeah.
Until next time, happy journaling, everyone.